Hello, this is Drew Pickens, and in this video, we are going to discuss the topic of using purpose statements in a sales context to gain a customer's attention and engagement. Now, purpose statements can be used in any sales environment. They can be used face to face, on the phone, even in writing on an email or a message. So they're for use in any time you're trying to establish credibility for the listener or the reader and build a foundation for a follow-up discussion. So they're really good to follow up on your introduction and work as a bridge between the greeting and the actual context of the message or the discussion itself. They should always be a customer-centric or a customer-focused statement. So they are all about the customer. So let's just get this out right here at the beginning. We do not advocate the "Hi, I'm calling to learn about your business" approach. That is not a purpose statement. Customers do not care about educating you on their business. They want to accomplish something. They have bigger fish to fry than to give you a free education on their business. So purpose statements are designed to really focus on the customer's situation, the customer's universe. So let's think about what the word purpose means when we talk about purpose statement. Webster's defines the word purpose as the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So a purpose statement is all about why are you contacting them? Why are you calling? Why are you visiting? Why are you writing? That's what a purpose statement is all about. What is your purpose or your reason for contacting them? So purpose statements should be well planned out. They form a bridge, as we said, between the greeting or the introduction and the actual business conversation or the actual business topic discussion. So they are this bridge thing that really provides a foundation upon which you're going to build a meaningful conversation. So your conversation should stay true to the reason you're calling, which is your purpose statements. Your purpose statement introduces your discussion and builds a foundation. So we're going to look at 4 different categories of how to build a purpose statement, and then we're going to show 3 separate examples of purpose statements and discuss them in detail. So first of all, using purpose statements, do your research beforehand. So as you're crafting one here, don't just call blind. We're not just reaching out for no reason at all. This is very thought through. This is very purposefully designed. So do research on the front end. Have a good understanding of the client. Don't call blind with no understanding. Find something that they are trying to achieve or maybe a challenge for them that they're experiencing right now. Find out something that's going on in their world that you can then build on and have an idea of how you can help them achieve their business objectives and goals or overcome a challenge. So that's what your research is all about on the front end. You're looking for what's going on in their business now. You should have a good understanding of their business, what's happening, what's going on, what are they trying to do, maybe something new that's happening, and how can you help them, or what maybe some insight you can bring that would be helpful to them. So that's what your research is all about on the front end. And then ask yourself why. Put yourself in the listener's shoes. Why would the listener want to talk with you and listen to what you're saying? So you need to have something that they would be interested in. So again, none of the "I'm calling to learn about your business" stuff. They're not interested in that. Make sure you're bringing value for the time that they are investing or spending with you. So their time is valuable. So your purpose statement is all about showing how that time they're going to set aside with you is indeed worthwhile. You are bringing value. So there's value in your statement. So you found out something, you have something of value to bring to that understanding. And again, make sure it's customer focused as much as possible, especially early on in the purpose statement. You're talking about the customer situation early. You can wrap up with something about you, but it should be aligned to this customer situation that you found. Write it out. Don't just wing it. Don't just do it off the cuff. You may have done this 1,000 times, but you should still write down your purpose statement. Make sure you know what you want to say. And by reading through it carefully to ensure it makes sense and flows smoothly, you will be more confident of having a well-crafted purpose statement written out that makes sense. The words aren't fumbling. They come off your tongue smoothly. You've said it before. As you see here in the end here, practice it several times. The first time these words come out, that should not be in front of the customer. You should practice these in your office or at home or with a partner or a colleague or a coach or something to make sure that you're very smooth in how these purpose statements come across. And also very important, keep it short, to the point, don't ramble. We're talking about 15, 20 seconds maximum. That's an eternity for somebody to listen to you without getting to the point. So no more than that. We don't want any 90 to 120 second rambling thesis. No monologuing. Keep it very short, very to the point. Don't ramble. And then lastly, use it as a transition. As we said, this is a bridge between the introduction and the actual conversation. So have it built to flow into the actual conversation. You can do that by wrapping up with a question or an impactful statement or an insightful statement. The ending should be something that engages the customer to take action, or you're asking the customer to do something like answer a question or supply information to you. And so you'll see some of that in the examples we're going to give you here. But it's very important that it acts as a transition. It's got adapters on both ends that plug into your introduction and plug into your conversation. So it's not a standalone thing that doesn't have any purpose other than itself. It serves a purpose to build a foundation of your conversation. So let's look at some examples. First example. I'm calling today to talk about your upcoming trade show and to discuss how we can help ensure that event goes smoothly and is a great success. Are you familiar with our company and our value and product offering? So you see here in this purpose statement, you're starting by talking about an upcoming event in this customer's experience, right? They've got this trade show. Your reason really to call was to ensure that the event goes smoothly and is a great success. Most business leaders, most business owners would be very interested in somebody who can make sure their event goes smoothly and is successful. That's why you're calling. Right? So your purpose to call is to ensure that goes smoothly and is successful. But to start out, you want to ask them a question. Are you familiar with us and our value and our product offering? So now you've got their interest on this trade show, and you're going to meld a conversation about your company, your value offering, your product offering into this conversation and segue back to any kind of insight or into any kind of offering that you might have that can help this trade show be successful. Second example. The reason for my call is to make you aware of some important changes in the technology industry that will have an impact on your ability to deliver on your customer promise this season. Would you have some time to discuss these issues in some deal today? So in this case, you're talking about you are aware of some important changes that are in the technology industry that are going to have an impact on this customer and this customer's ability to deliver what their customers want. Again, business leaders, business owners, people who are very invested in their business are going to want to know about any changes that, especially if they don't know about them, and what information do you have that might be helpful to them. So you've kind of got their attention, and you're just asking for a few moments to discuss those in more detail. So this is something that most people would not say no to, right? They want to know what's happening that would affect me, and yeah, I've got a couple of minutes, and so those couple of minutes better be well spent. And the last example. I saw on your website you have a new product coming out this summer. I admire your suite of products and how innovative they are. I'm calling today to share some ideas of how we can support your new product launch and ensure it goes smoothly and is a great success this year. So again, this is extremely customer oriented, extremely customer focused. This is nothing about you. This is the only part you play in this is to make sure this new product launch goes smoothly and is very successful. So you've said right out of the gate that you know about this new product. Of course, they've spent a lot of energy and effort on this. They're very interested in that. You've expressed your admiration for that and talked about how innovative they are. So you're obviously seeing this, in a strategic way. And I'm calling to share some ideas on how we can support that launch and make sure it goes smoothly. So again, most business owners are going to be very interested in talking to somebody who's interested in their products and is interested in helping their product be more successful. So you see these purpose statements are very customer oriented. They're very short, very to the point. They're very customer focused. And most business leaders would want to have some kind of conversation around these things. There wouldn't be any reason really unless they were very short on time, to have a in-depth conversation on these topics. So purpose statements establish credibility. They build a foundation upon which discussion can build. They're always customer-centered, always customer-focused. Think about this as the reason you're calling. This is why I'm taking your time, so it needs to be worthwhile. They should be planned out. They should form a bridge. They should be part of your overall strategic purpose and your strategic plan, and make sure that your conversation stays true to this reason. So the purpose speaks of what you're going to talk about later on. So if you implement these different elements, you'll have good purpose statements that will engage the customer, will make the conversation go more smoothly. You have a more interested customer, and you'll be more successful in leading good conversations. So good luck using purpose statements.